Bitcoin. Welcome to Thriller Bitcoin.
Super Testnet, welcome back to Pleb Lab. How does it feel to be back in the land of the plebs?
So exciting. I love Pleb Lab and all the people in it. And here you guys are. Got back here and we're going to have a movie night on Tuesday. We're going to watch Die Hard 1. And I just love seeing all my friends. I got here and it was like a BitDevs night. So going to BitDevs, seeing Carmen and Parker and all those guys was great. Yeah, it's perfect. Perfect time to be a pleb.
Yeah, you came in yesterday and I was on the Wolf thing. And just everybody was screaming, Super Testnet! And I had to hit mute.
Sorry.
You don't say sorry to me.
Sorry, Wolf.
Anyways, it was fun. I was kind of shocked to see you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wasn't expected. I was in Las Vegas for the last week doing my BitVM presentation for some developers there who were thinking about building on it. So I showed them how to do it, and we wrote some code together, and it was great. And that was great. But then it ended. You know, I only had a hotel there until the 19th. So I was like, well, where do I go next? And I decided to come see my friends here.
Wait, you didn't know where to go?
Nope.
So you only booked to Las Vegas, and you were like, I'm just going to gamble it all, and then...
I didn't gamble, but...
You know what I mean?
I just didn't know where I was going to go afterwards. I had no plans. So...
was your first thing, you were like, I can always come back to Pleb Lab. It's home. Did you think that? Did that cross your head?
No, I don't think of it as home, but I just think of, I like the people here better than all other places.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Heard it here first.
That's right.
That's awesome, man. Well, it's good to have you back. I missed you.
Yeah. And then we got some tacos today. Got to see, got to hang out with friends, doing more of that. Oh, and I'm doing work.
Oh yeah, let's talk about your workshops. Okay. Tell me about your workshops and all that kind of stuff. Let's plug it.
Ever since we started doing the weekly workshops here at Pleb Lab, I contributed many of them, probably like 6 or so of them last year, and. I thought they were really good. I recorded all these things. I always put them on my YouTube channel, or sometimes they're on your YouTube channel. And I think there's a lot of value in them. But they just, you go out, you put a video out, people like it, and then it's done, kind of thing. And I was like, I need to bring it back and make it more of an ongoing thing. So what I decided to do is I'm going to start doing of all those workshops I recorded, and I've made a few others since then. I kind of made a list of them, and I decided I'm going to do one workshop per month, and I sell tickets to them. So I'm selling tickets for $20 per workshop, and you can do a live workshop with me. And I also sell the pre-recorded versions, the ones that we recorded at Pleb Lab and the other ones. And so I put on my website, you can purchase these pre-recorded ones if you want, and then if you do purchase them, it's just a link to the YouTube video that you get. So I also just said, you can have it for free.
Yeah, I saw that. Link, that was so hilarious.
Or you can pay for it, and then I get $5. And that's worked out really well.
We were on Stacker News Live, and then me and Keon were trying to figure out, wait, do we pay this? Do we pay that? And we're like, look, and then we just clicked on it.
Yep.
It was funny. Free. I thought it was kind of funny, but I get your humor.
Thanks.
That's awesome, dude.
I try to make it so that everything I do has a free option.
You know what I've noticed? I've noticed like Bitcoiners don't believe you unless you do a workshop.
Okay.
Like, yeah. So this is my theory. I did a graphene workshop, and then it got a lot of views, and then all of a sudden people started inviting me to things, just because I did a graphene workshop.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's just because people don't believe that you actually work during the day, and so they need to see proof of that. Or this is my other theory. Or it's just, which I don't think it's this one. Or it's just that you do a Pleb Lab workshop and then you blow up. I don't think it's that one. I think it's just that people don't know your expertise until you show it to them in a workshop.
Yeah, that's part of it. And I think show and tell is kind of a big thing in Bitcoin. It's really easy to say that you've made something. And there's lots of people who say they've made things or come up with ideas.
Like that BitVM guy?
Yes, like them. But it's another thing to actually make a working example. And people like that better for some reason. Well, like to me, it's just because there's more value in something.
You get a lot of free stuff from it.
There's more value.
You get invited to conferences. You get free tickets. Sometimes you get money.
Today I got money. I got like $3,000.
I know.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's amazing.
A guy wanted to sponsor my workshops. Shout out BTC Eden. Thank you guys. They sponsored my workshops.
Show.
So
that was a straight show.
Well, hey, you asked about who gave you money recently. You said something like that.
What was I going to say? So are you going to wear like a shirt with their sponsorship on your back? Would you do that?
No, they said I have to. They want me to put out a tweet thanking them for the thing, and then mention them at the start of the workshop.
So would you take like Nostr Assets money if they gave it to you?
I don't know who that is.
Or would you take any like poo-poo coin money?
No. Well, I would take it.
Where's the line for Super? There is no line for Super Testnet?
I made a GitHub project called Good BTC Groups. And I have criteria for getting on this list, and you have to be on the list in order for me to take sponsorship money from you.
Wow, that's smart, dude.
Yeah. So
who's on the list?
Like Zaprite's on there.
Here, let me pull it up.
Async is on there.
So you're basically telling people, hey, I'll take your money
if you follow these criteria. So
yeah, let me pull it up. This is a good idea.
I thought it was a good idea.
Did anybody go and like start bidding? You should do like a bid. You should make like a bid thing, dude.
Casavincium in Brazil asked to be added onto there. This BTC Eden group wanted to sponsor me. And so I said, you have to meet my criteria. And
what's your criteria?
It's on there. Check it out.
Super Chain Testnet tools. That's not you.
Search for it's Super Testnet's one word on GitHub. I know I do it differently everywhere.
Oh, there you go. Super Testnet.
You go to
I'm in repositories.
Yeah, you need to go to users.
Oh, down here.
Right there.
Okay, let's see this. You might be onto something. All right, where is it?
Click repositories up at the top.
Repositories. You have 92 of these.
Good BTC groups right there.
Good BTC groups. Wow, dude, this is smart. Okay, so it says, this is for the people at home. If you're a developer, you should probably listen to this. This is how you make money in Bitcoin, especially if you're a developer. Good BTC groups, a list of Bitcoin groups whom I consider good actors. Criteria, I consider a Bitcoin group good if it meets these conditions. The group does not sell any altcoins. The group also publicly recommend against holding or using altcoins. The group does not sell user ad data. The group does not give promotional opportunities to scammers. Wow, this is good. A group. Yeah, and then you go into a list. The good list: Async, Advancing Bitcoin, Atomic Finance, Austin BitDevs, Base 58, Bitcoin++, BitVM Club, Bullix Wallet, BTC Eden, Cashew, Chaincode, Electric Wallet, Fetty, Join Market, Lightning Labs, Liquid, Muni Wallet, Miami BitDevs, New York BitDevs, Pleb Devs, RGB, RoboSats, San Francisco mostly just BitDevs. It looks like.
There were a lot of BitDevs in there. I think of them as good.
Where's Pleb Lab? You didn't even put Pleb Lab.
Dude, I forgot. I was putting Pleb Devs down, and I meant to put Pleb. Shoes and crackers. I will add you right.
Where's Thriller? I don't even see Thriller on here.
I'll add you on my phone.
Man,
right now. I'll add you.
It's okay.
I'll add you. My friend.
Okay, we're gonna make a list. It's gonna say good BTC devs,
and I'll be the only one.
And be like, these are the ones that do shitcoins. These are the ones that do. And yours is gonna be like, and you're just gonna be off the list.
Yeah. No,
I'm just kidding.
You guys are definitely gonna be on there. Just give me a minute. I forgot. I'm sorry.
No, it's a joke. Totally not going to do that if you're listening. But no, this is a good idea for keeping them honest.
Yeah, and so I said, hey, if you want to be on my list, you got to meet these criteria. And
did you tweet it?
I have not tweeted this yet. Yeah.
You should tweet it. It was a good idea.
Okay.
I noticed you didn't put Bitcoin conference on here.
I didn't because they are giving promotional opportunities to scammers.
Yeah.
Lately. So you're on if I had a naughty list, you'd be on it, Bitcoin Magazine.
I don't know, man. This is the time when
also
this is because we're at the part of the cycle where you make the most from scamming people.
Yep.
So, I mean, I get it. It's a business, but I don't know. Whenever I see that, I'm always just kind of like, oof.
Pleb Lab.
Interesting.
All right. You're on the list.
You should put Thriller on there too.
Okay, I'll add Thriller too. But give it a minute to update because it takes like 5 minutes.
Would you add Vlad on there?
I would add. I would not add Vlad Costea podcast.
You wouldn't?
I would not because he recommends the use of Monero.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Would you add Cascader on there?
Yes, I would ask. I think isn't Cascader on there already?
Mm-mm.
I thought I added it. Well, I'll add it.
What about BitEscrow? Would you add BitEscrow on there?
Yes. Thank you for reminding me of all these things I need to add to these things.
Did you add PlebDevs on there?
Yes, PlebDevs is on there.
Okay. Well, that's good. Voltage. You didn't have Voltage on here. Or wait.
Don't I? There's all these things. I can't remember all of them. I made this list and I didn't think about it very much. You said
it's a good idea.
You said Cascader. You said Thriller. So I'm going to add Thriller.
Nice.
And then who's the other one you said? Voltage.
Voltage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Open agents too, but yeah. Anyways.
This is. I might have to investigate them first. I know.
What was I going to say? This is a great idea.
So it's a good list. And
I think this is the way to do it. Mm-hmm. Just be open, honest about it, and
if you want to sponsor me, you got to commit to these criteria.
Wow. Are you going to be transparent with how much they're paying you or no?
Yeah. I got $3,200 for them. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, if you're interested in Bitcoin company, specifically on this list, I would imagine you should probably reach out to Super Testnet. He's taking bids.
You can open a GitHub issue, and I'll add you if I like your group.
Oh, really? Where? Under the branch?
Just go up to issues. Scroll up a little more, all the way to the top.
Yeah.
Issues. And one guy opened an issue. There's one closed issue that was GM and Sao Paulo.
Oh, that's Lucas, right?
Yep.
Awesome.
But so far, then the BTC Eden guys asked to be on the list.
Dang, super.
And now you asked to be on the list.
Changing the game. Well, I had to get you on the pod first, you know? Mm-hmm. What was I going to say? Let's jump into some of your, it's been a while since we talked about all your projects. What do you want to talk about first?
Well, how about the latest thing I'm working on?
Super Hedgehog?
Okay.
Sonic?
Not Sonic, just regular hedgehogs.
Okay.
Hedgehog is my attempt to improve some of the things that frustrate me about the Lightning Network.
Okay.
So I kind of redesigned it around my frustrations and fixing them. And it has a lot of, it's designed very similarly to the Lightning Network because I do really like it and I use it every day. But the channel structure is different. And in particular, with Hedgehog, you can be offline when you receive money, which doesn't really work in Lightning. At least they're like hacks, but they don't work well. So I designed it around that feature. I want asynchronous payments from the start, or try and emulate them as close as I can. And this is what you get. I don't know if you guys can see it on screen, or you guys don't have a screen, right?
No, we're just audio only.
Yeah. So if two people have a channel, then they start out with a state where one of them has 100% of the money and the other has 0. And when you want to update the state, you sign a Bitcoin transaction that modifies the balance from, like, instead of me having 100%, maybe I'd have 50%, you'd have 50%, and that would be a state update. So I sign that transaction and send it to you. And if you like it, then you co-sign it. And you don't broadcast it. You just keep it in your wallet. You can broadcast it at any time, or you can do something called a revocation, which is where I use these scripts from the Lightning Network for that. You can revoke the current state and then create a new state that modifies the balance again. And if your counterparty co-signs it, then that's the new state. And you just keep doing that back and forth, back and forth, back and forth forever. And the nice thing is that your counterparty does not need to be online because you can just send it to them in an email. Just be like, here's the state update. I'm giving you $10 or whatever.
So was there somebody that was working on this before you, as far as like, this is an idea that somebody had maybe done a while back, or maybe was it Bosworth or anybody back then? This is where you got the idea, or is this just an idea in the Lightning space that people have been trying to solve for a while?
People have definitely been trying to make asynchronous payments for a while, and Matt Corallo has a specification for it that is really good. But mine is different from his specification.
How so?
Well, his requires the use of two Lightning service providers, and initially it required LNURL as well, and I think his latest edition of it doesn't require LNURL. But in his model, you would tell your LSP, if you want to send someone a payment and they're offline, you would give your LSP a conditional payment, and their LSP would tell your recipient's LSP, let me know when they get online. And then once they do, then they would finish the payment from there. So that theoretically works great. But I found a way to get rid of
the LSP,
get rid of at least one LSP, and just have and also in the peer-to-peer context where you have a direct channel with your counterparty, you also don't need them to be online there. So there's two ways in which I think it's an improvement.
So the only way this works is if you have a direct channel to the other Lightning user that you're sending to?
No, it works with that. And it also works if you have an LSP, but they do not.
Okay. So let's say hypothetically, I have a personal wallet that's sitting, I don't know. Is there a specific wallet that we have to be using?
No.
Okay.
Well, so I mean, you have to use a wallet that supports Hedgehog, of which there are none right now. I haven't made one, and no one else has either.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. So this is all just theory then.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's say hypothetically Hedgehog gets a wallet created. Then I could have this wallet.
Mm-hmm.
You send a payment from your Hedgehog wallet or from a different wallet?
I would send you a payment from my Hedgehog wallet.
Okay. And then so that gets sent over. And then what happens there? Is it sitting on the LSP side that Hedgehog has created, or is it sitting on the LSP that is just a known LSP in the space?
Like Matt Corallo's spec, there's a conditional, you create a conditional payment for your LSP that he can only redeem. He can only take the money in that conditional payment if he learns a pre-image, and you give that pre-image to your intended recipient. And then they don't need a Hedgehog wallet. They just need a regular Lightning wallet. They create a Lightning invoice that completes that payment. If you pay this Lightning payment, you'll get the pre-image you need. So then your LSP, the one you set up the conditional payment for, pays that in order to get the pre-image they need to collect your payment to them.
So me on my side, I'm collecting the payment from the LSP, or am I collecting it? Because you said I have the pre-image, right?
From your perspective, you're collecting it from the LSP.
But you said I have the pre-image?
Mm-hmm. You have a secret piece of data that the LSP needs in order to get the payment from me.
So I guess to receive offline payments in this Hedgehog wallet, theoretically, I would need to sign up with my LSP, authorizing some sort of offline payment.
Just the sender needs to have an LSP. The recipient does not. The recipient just needs a regular Lightning wallet.
Okay, so I guess the sender needs to have a relationship with the LSP or some sort of setting that allows them to hold funds to send forward to other Hedgehog wallets or people that support Hedgehog?
Yes.
Is that making sense or no? I feel like I'm trying to make sense.
The sender needs to have Hedgehog in order to do this. The recipient does not. The recipient just sees a regular Lightning payment. So one of the things that I did is I made it so that in order to run the LSP software, I wrote the LSP software so you can just attach it to an LND node and then you're good. In fact, you can just attach it to any node using Nostr Wallet Connect. And then you can run it so that you can run it on any Lightning node.
Okay, wait. Okay, so now let's back up a little more. So sorry, because I want to really understand this. So if you send in this world, two Hedgehog wallets exist. Mm-hmm. I have one, you have one. You're sending me 2,000 sats or whatever. That 2,000 sats is an LSP that you created off of your Super Testnet node on the Lightning network, right?
It could be, but but the point is that I don't want to have to run a node. I don't want to have the sender to have to run a node in order to do this. So the sender finds someone who's running the LSP software. They open a channel with them. They create a conditional payment that says I will pay you 2,001 sats if you will pay, my friend 2,000 cents.
Oh.
And then but then I tell you what LSP to go do this with.
So you're basically making a MoneyGram on the Lightning Network.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So basically I go to Walmart, or you go to Walmart.
Yeah.
You send to Car's address, and then that MoneyGram payment is paid on my end.
Well, it's more like I go to Walmart and I tell Walmart, my friend Car is going to come and pick up this $2,000. I will give you the $2,000.
But if you're in Las Vegas gambling, or not gambling, if you're in Las Vegas and you just want $1 million, you're like, I'm going to send Car a Hedgehog payment. It's kind of similar to that. You would just you would send it from Las Vegas to me, to my address in this scenario.
If you're online, but if you're not online, then I give it to Walmart. I give it to my LSP
MoneyGram
in a conditional payment. So they can't, because of the way Bitcoin works, they can't just take it. They have to pay you first,
and then they're just pinging my Zeus wallet until it turns on or something, or what?
No, I just send you an email and I say, here's where the money is. You can go pick it up. You can go redeem it from them, from my LSP.
But okay, so all right, hang on a second. I got more questions now. This is a really interesting idea, but how is that any different than the eCash stuff?
Well, because eCash is custodial and this is not.
But isn't an LSP sort of custody-ish? No, maybe not.
They have the ability to censor. So the LSP could say, I'm not doing this. Go find someone else. And then I would just have to find a different one to do it. But they can't. I never give them the money.
Oh wow! So you're basically saying there might just be. You're saying that maybe hypothetically in this scenario there might just be an LSP that only does these types of MoneyGrams or whatever to wallets.
Payments.
Yeah, Hedgehog payments. Mm-hmm. Interesting. You're creating a whole nother. Potentially, I mean, you're creating a whole nother ecosystem, but you're creating a whole nother revenue stream for LSPs.
I made it so that as long as you have any wallet that supports Nostr Wallet Connect, you can do this. So now let's jump into the Nostr wallet side. Yeah.
So are you using Nostr on Hedgehog? Mm-hmm. Oh, you are?
Yeah.
And tell me, where does that fit on this kind of flow chart that's in my head?
Right now, I'm just using it to do the connection to a wallet. So there are like 3 wallets that I can think of that support Nostr Wallet Connect. There's Albi, Stacker News, and Mutiny. Those are the only ones I'm aware of. I'm sure there's others that I haven't looked at. But if you have one of those, then you can create a Nostr Wallet Connect string, paste it into this web app I made, and now you are an LSP, and you will make these payments on other people's behalf.
Okay, so let's say hypothetically in this scenario, somebody here or let's just say Plub Lab makes a Hedgehog LSP or whatever. Mm-hmm. It uses its Stacker News account, and it has 2 million sats sitting on there or something. Mm-hmm. You want to send 2,000 sats to me, like we in this scenario from Las Vegas.
Yep.
You send it through Plub Labs LSP.
I do.
Okay. And then how do I get it on the Zeus wallet? Or so let's say hypothetically Zeus does have Nostr Wallet Connect. How would I get it on the Zeus side?
Zeus does not need Nostr Wallet Connect. Zeus just needs to be able to receive Lightning payments. So you would get an email from me, and the email would say, if you go to lsp.stackernews.com and you paste in this little string, it's going to ask you for a Lightning invoice. You give it a Lightning invoice, and then you get 2,000 sats.
That's dope.
Yeah, and Stacker News never had custody of the funds at any point.
So where are the holes in this then? Because everything sounds theoretically possible, right? Mm-hmm. Like this all makes sense. Even a dumb guy like me can figure this out. So what's the holdup?
I've written the code. It's just messy and ugly. I hope to continue to give presentations like I did in Prague about it and how it works, and hopefully a better coder will come along and
so right now if you're listening and you just heard what me and Super Testnet were talking about, and you want to make $1 billion on the Lightning Network, you should reach out to him, because this is a potential revenue stream, dude, a sick revenue stream.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Screw running a node.
You could just run it on a Mutiny wallet or a Stacker News account or whatever.
You know, it kind of makes me wonder, like, this would be perfect for wallets maybe too, right? Like, they could just have...
Yeah, if they learn this protocol, then instead of me sending you an email, I could send you a message straight to your
DM
wallet.
Yeah, like a Muni wallet that has Nostr DMs. They could literally, you could just literally send me a Nostr DM saying I have a Hedgehog payment waiting.
They could as soon as you check, it could automatically redeem it for you. Be like, oh, now you've
not using eCash though, or using eCash.
No, eCash is not involved. There's zero connection to eCash whatsoever.
Interesting. This is really interesting. So what did they say last night? Or you can't talk about it, but you presented it last night at BitDevs, I guess.
I did. Yeah, I can talk about what was said. Just
I thought you couldn't talk about stuff in BitDevs.
Just not. You can't attribute it to anyone. I can't say
okay. What was the reception?
They liked it. They wondered why isn't it already like this in Lightning?
Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm. Sorry, keep going. I'm sorry. Keep going.
They had good questions. A lot of them are developers. They had technical questions about how the HTLCs work and why am I using relative time locks instead of absolute time locks, stuff like that.
So a bunch of really devy stuff. Sounds like they're just checking you. Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you answer them all correctly? Were they satisfied with the answers?
They seem to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I've also talked to a lot of Lightning experts about it, and they seem to think it's cool too. So I talked to Christian Decker when I was in Prague, and he really liked it. He has also come up with ways to do similar things. So he was like, we were comparing notes on solutions we've come up with for this stuff. So it was great.
Wow.
Talking with legends.
Dude. I have this, I think, tell me if this is accurate. I think this is more accurate. The more I hang out with you, the more I know you, the more I realize that maybe, hey, Logan's here. Hey, Logan.
Hi, Logan.
I like that vest. Topher's right there, I think. Okay. Yeah, he just needs or I'll let him explain it. What was I going to say? Yeah.
The more you hang out with
so the more I hang out with you, the more I realize that I think you being Super Testnet allows you to see the world a little bit differently for the average pleb. And this is my kind of crazy theory. So you want to hear it or no?
Yeah.
So me and you we're average plebs. We go to 7-Eleven, we go to church, we go to Walmart, we go to these normal things. We hang out with normal people. Not to say Bitcoiners aren't normal, but what I'm trying to get at is, do you think that's why you're able to come up with these solutions? Just because you see things a little bit more practical and more grounded than some other people that are developing in the Lightning ecosystem? Or do you think it's just that they're just not focused on it and there's just not enough Lightning developers, which is probably that, but.
I think that being who I am does help. And I'll get to why in a minute. But I think what I want to say is I think most people in this space, most developers try to find a job somewhere, which is great. You should do that. But in order to do that, you kind of have to find you have to find some company who's doing some existing thing and then find a way to help them, which is great. I recommend doing that.
So you're saying
not doing that.
Hang on. So you're saying, just given an example there, somebody who's a Lightning developer comes in the ecosystem, gets a job at Blockstream, then they have to focus just on that kind of stuff, is what you're saying?
They have to do what they're told there, and they have to solve the problems that those people are trying to solve.
Same thing with Lightning Labs. They would just go to Lightning Labs, or it could be async or...
So I'm an independent developer. I don't have a job. I don't work for anyone. And so I'm free to think of new stuff. I have the time and the resources to come up with new ideas and then make them. And other people just can't do that. You can't spend all your time doing just some crazy idea you had, because you've got a job and you've got to do that job. And if you don't have a job, you're probably looking for one because you run out of money. Yeah. So the fact that I have that freedom makes it easier for me. And I also think that as a Catholic and as a normal pleb, I think I am a little bit that kind of independence that I have in my work life is also something I'm just different. I'm different from other people.
You're definitely one in a bazillion, dude.
Yeah. So I think that the ability to be different makes it so that I can look at things from a different perspective and try and come up with novel ways of solving problems.
I do see how Catholicism plays in it too, because you definitely like the more holy path, the harder path. And you can see that in your work, even if it's you like that it's hard, I would imagine.
Yes, I find it fun to try and find solutions to hard problems.
Yeah. Man, this is a great idea. So you said there's no one really showing interest right now?
One guy did. A guy from Synonym Dev is
nice.
John Carvalho's company.
Wow.
And he expressed an interest. So he took a look at the repository, did a phone call with me, and I think he said he's implementing it as part of Synonym's wallet. So we'll see where that goes. I also talked about it with John. He was in Prague.
You mean?
John Carvalho.
Oh, Carvalho. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he knew about this and was like, I think one of my devs said that he got it to work with our wallet. So that's pretty cool.
So I have another question for you. This is just totally just side question real quick. It's not related to Hedgehog, but do you think people are moving away from LNURL? Is that what it is? Because when I came in as a pleb in 21, I asked you guys, like, why don't we have offline payments? And y'all said, you do. It's called LNURL. Withdraw, put this on there, all this kind of stuff. And then I tried it for like a day or two or a week or whatever it was. And it wasn't ideal because there's different amounts outside of just the one QR code or whatever. Mm-hmm. And at the time, remember it was to the whole Satoshi Pocket thing?
I do remember Satoshi Pocket.
Yeah, and I was like, this would be cool. We can have offline, whatever. And you guys,
I remember you making one of those QR codes and putting it on an iPod.
Because I really wanted it to work.
Yeah.
Anyway, so do you think we're moving away from LNURL, or is it just something that'll just be kind of combined with like Bolt 12 and some of this other stuff like Hedgehog?
Well, I think we're moving away from LNURL withdraw. I don't think that doesn't see any usage.
Oh, okay.
The other one, LNURL Pay, is the other main one, and that's seeing a lot of usage because it's the basis for Lightning addresses, and everyone's using those now.
So we're definitely moving away from LNURL withdrawal.
It seems to me like that is used less and less now. And in it is in my projects and in the projects of some of my friends here at Pleb Lab, it's being replaced by Nostr Wallet Connect strings.
Interesting.
Yeah, so you can give someone
you're right.
Like granular permissions to withdraw a certain amount of money from your Lightning wallet.
Yeah, you're right. We don't use LNURL anymore. Is it because it was attached to a whole DNS thing and all that kind of stuff?
That didn't help. In order to run one, you have to run a server. And with LNURL or with Nostr Wallet Connect, you don't.
You just need an npub?
Yes, well, you do need to run a server. But it doesn't need to be a web server. You need to have a wallet that's online frequently enough to be able to make these payments. But even that, you don't actually have to run a server even there because you can do it with Mutiny Wallet, which is not a server.
Yeah, or Primal.
So yeah, that's pretty neat.
You can talk. Yeah, we're just recording, but you can talk.
I know, it's okay.
What do you need help with?
Oh, nothing. I'm going to start recording once you guys are done.
Oh, we got like another 30 minutes, probably. What time you got to leave, Logan? Oh, he's staying. Okay, cool. We'll be done here in like 30. Sorry. People that are listening at home. We got a small space here at Pleb Lab. And everybody wants to talk.
It's a great day to talk.
It's Friday. What were we talking about? The LNURL thing?
Yeah, is LNURL?
Yeah, so you said LNURL withdrawal is kind of, yeah, you're right. It is gone. I don't remember the last time I used it.
It's not gone. There are some faucets that still use it, but yeah, that's basically, I think it's being, in my experience and what I do, it's being replaced by Nostr Wallet Connect. And it might also be replaced by Bolt 12. I've seen a couple of wallets using that.
How do you feel about Bolt 12? Are you a Bolt 12 hater too?
I'm not a hater. I think it is a slight, well, in privacy terms, it's a significant improvement over Bolt 11. In every other way, it's a very slight improvement over Bolt 11. And I think that it's not going to do what people hope it will. They hope it'll allow them to receive payments when they're offline.
Yeah,
it won't do that.
That's what the plebs want.
I want that. For
I
sure.
want to be able to go to, well, not me, but I've heard people want to be able to graffiti their Bolt 12 addresses on property.
Okay.
This is not possible.
Well, you can do that now with Lightning addresses because you can graffiti that in a wall and get people to pay you. So I think that's like a solved problem, but it's not very private, and Bolt 12 makes it more private. So
does it? How so?
It uses something called blinded paths, which are possible today, but they're hard to do today. And I don't know any wallet that uses them. But you can. When you send a Lightning payment, the receiver doesn't have very good privacy. They leak their public key. They leak what server they're running on, so that you can contact them through there and negotiate stuff, their IP address or their Tor address. And if you use Bolt 12, you do not leak that. You set up something similar to how the Onion network does it. If you are running a Tor hidden service, You say what node to talk to, and that node knows how to talk to you. So you're like have a middleman between you and your actual sender, and it helps. It helps a lot with privacy.
That's interesting.
But we'll see. I was talking to someone yesterday. It's like you can promise the world before something exists. The Build 12 does exist now, but let it get a little bit popular. Let it get to usage. Let Tony just throw knives at it, and then we'll find out what it really is capable.
And then some people won't even want it. Mm-hmm. To be honest, this is what I see with eCash. Like I don't want it, so you're just kind of building it for nothing, or you're building it for a different group of people.
You said this would be the podcast that doesn't talk about eCash.
Well, I'm giving you an example. I'm giving you an example. Like sometimes you can be building to something that people don't want. It's true. Yep. Even in the real world too.
Hey, I know a lot about building things people don't want. I'm an expert in that.
I know about that too. Gosh. Anyways. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, this Hedgehog thing. Yeah, hopefully it takes off, man. This seems like a cool idea. MoneyGram, huh?
Similar, yeah.
Interesting.
But MoneyGram is of course just a standard money service business. You give them your money. So
it's more like Zelle then.
Well, they're also standard service. But almost everything in the fiat world is like you give someone your money and then you ask them to send it to whoever you want. And this is a bit different from that. It's like I will give you a conditional payment. You can only take this money if you first send my recipient how much.
So it's like doing a drug deal. It's like having a runner, basically.
I don't see the analogy there. I think
it's totally like having a runner. You give somebody the drugs, they hold it onto you, then they send a runner. Did you not watch Narcos? Did you not watch Narcos?
No, I didn't watch Narcos. I don't have much experience with the drug world.
It's all on Narcos and Breaking Bad. Interesting, dude.
I did watch Breaking Bad. I don't remember them having runners in there. At least I don't think they focused on it.
I think Jesse was a runner multiple times in that show.
Oh, okay.
For Walt. And then the other guy, was it the guy Mike? Logan knows that show really well. Anyways.
Get him on the podcast. I only saw the first... Well, I think I saw 3 seasons of it.
You never watched the last season?
I haven't watched the last season.
Oh, it's really good, dude. He dies at the end. But yeah.
Oh. Well,
technically, it doesn't show him dying.
All right.
He could be alive. Spoiler alert for people who haven't seen Breaking Bad.
If you need spoilers, better call Saul.
Dude, did you watch the end of Better Call Saul? It actually was a more depressing ending than Breaking Bad.
I've watched one total episode of Better Call Saul.
I watched Better Call Saul because Logan told me to watch it, and it was actually pretty depressing.
Oh, well,
it was really good.
I've heard good things about it. I like the episode.
No, it's good. It's good, but like the last season is just guts you.
Yeah,
really, it makes you feel bad for Saul. All right, let's jump into some of your other repositories. So are you still doing the BitVM stuff? I know you don't like talking about it anymore. You don't have to if you don't want to.
I don't mind talking about it.
Oh, you want to talk about it? Oh, okay.
I am currently doing a BitVM-based project, a new one.
Tapley circuits.
No, not that. That's an old project.
This is an old one?
That was the first implementation
Inscriptions,
of BitVM.
No, not that one. Breaker of JPEGs. That was so good, dude.
My new one's not on GitHub yet.
Dude, just real quick for the people at home, Super Testnet once sent a tweet that said, this is right around Oppenheimer, which was perfect timing for it. You once sent a tweet. No, wait, what did it say?
It was a GitHub message. It was, I am become math, breaker of JPEGs. Because I thought I found a way to make inscriptions not work anymore. And I was wrong. They still work. But
look at he even did the thing.
Actually,
here.
Jim did that for me. He made that picture.
This is amazing. But you actually didn't break JPEGs though, right?
I did not. I thought I did, and they still work.
Oh, okay. I thought you did break JPEGs.
I found a bug that allowed me to inscribe other people's coins, which you're not supposed to be able to do. And in order to fix this bug, they had to like revert some numbers. Like it made the numbers not match anymore what they're supposed to. Because the inscription numbers, like who has the first inscription, who has the 500th, is like really important to them. So it made the numbers not match anymore quite. And in order to fix it, I think they had to like shift everything back by several digits.
Yeah,
but I'm not an expert. I might be wrong about that. You should talk to Casey to find out.
Did you ever talk to him about it?
Yeah.
Is he mad at you?
He did get mad at me. Yes.
Oh wow, really?
But not because of the breaker of JPEG. He thought that was cool. He got mad because when he was going to fix it, I started GitHub thread with him in which I encouraged him not to fix it, but to just give me free stuff. And he thought that was a jerk move. Me trying to, he was like, you found a bug. Kudos. That's a good thing. Telling me not to fix it is weird and annoying.
Can you also just say for the record that Kari is not the one that's telling you to do this? You're doing it on your own. Can you just say that for the record? I think people think that I give you these crazy ideas, which I don't.
Let me just clear the record here. Car is the puppet master.
No,
I do nothing except
no, it's not true.
I come up with all this stuff independently. Car had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I usually find out once it's done.
Yeah, Barack had
and then I laugh.
Barack told me how to send this the transaction I made was weird, and I had to send it like directly to a miner, and he hooked me up so that I could do that. So Barack helped. Thank you, Barack.
I mean,
he was breaker of lightning. I thought I was breaker of JPEGs. I guess both of them still work though, so maybe neither of us broke anything.
Yeah,
or only temporarily.
That's good. I mean, it's not good, but it's kind of funny.
Certainly funny.
Yeah, certainly funny. You guys like to play jokes on stuff, so it's kind of funny. Hopefully no one got hurt. So which is the one that you're talking about? The BitVM one? I don't see that one.
It's not on my GitHub yet.
Oh, it's private? You do private stuff?
Yeah, I usually try to get the code working before I put it on my GitHub.
Oh.
But not always. This new project is a recreation of my coin flip game. So I have a coin flip game. It's also not in here.
Oh my gosh.
That was back when I was Brill Satan. So it's on Brill Satan's
it's on Brill Satan.
Yeah,
dude, we were talking about it the other day.
Brilliance Bitcoin.
She's kind of hot, dude.
You're on the
Let me see if I can find her.
Yeah.
Brill Satan. Is she ever going to come back?
It's Brilliance Bitcoin is her username on GitHub.
Yeah, right there. Oh, you don't have her picture anymore.
Not on GitHub.
Oh, you should probably put it on there.
I should probably put it on there.
Should get the clicks.
The one that says coin flip.
Oh, there it goes. I see it.
I'm remaking coin flip, and the new coin flip is based on BitVM, the techniques that we discovered for BitVM for punishing misbehavior and stuff. And
what's coin flip again? This is it's kind of like the Voorhees thing where you just do just roll the dice.
Well, yeah, except you flip a coin, but it's two people create a Bitcoin address where they're going to do a coin flip. They both send money to it, and one of them gets to keep the money depending on who wins the coin flip. And the nice thing is that unlike Satoshi Dice, there's no server involved. There's no third party oracle or anything.
So how are you flipping the coin?
Using BitVM commitments is my new way to do it. In the new way, with one of the things that we discovered with BitVM is how to commit to revealing a 0 or a 1 without showing it in advance. So we do that. The one party, the flipper, commits to either a 0 or a 1 is what they've like when you flip the coin and it lands.
What's 1?
Heads.
Okay.
Heads is 1 and tails is 0. So you flip 1 and you don't reveal which one it is.
Okay.
Then the other party has to guess. They have to reveal a 0 or a 1 as their guess. And if they match, then you do the reveal. If they match, then the guesser gets the money, and if they don't match, then the flipper gets the money.
Okay.
And so that's how the coin flip works. And I use BitVM for the bit commitment, and also to punish either party if either party like abandons the game halfway through, then they get punished.
Does somebody want to play this though? I feel like I wouldn't gamble my Bitcoin for a coin toss.
What I think is going to be neat, I suspect it'll be the first BitVM application on mainnet. And so everything else we've done has been on testnet so far. So I think people will be interested in it for that.
Oh, so it's just more just like an application.
It's a demonstrate
proof of concept.
As typical with me, it's pretty much a proof of concept.
Yeah.
But the other thing I think I'm trying to combine it with Hedgehog so that you fund these contracts off chain, and you don't have to like spend Bitcoin transactions to play this game, or it doesn't cost Bitcoin transaction fees to play it. So I think that'll be attractive to people.
Okay. And how's the BitVM space going? Is it
Very scammy.
Really?
Very scammy.
Is there any specific person you want to call out?
Yes.
This is the pod to call them out on.
Yes. I am happy to call out a few groups, but let me call out the good ones first. So there are about 50 people who've announced some sort of layer 2 supposedly backed by BitVM, but almost everything is just like an Ethereum token that people are selling and then they're just doing nothing with it. That's all it is. It's just they're selling Ethereum tokens. Nothing to do with BitVM except the name. So some of the good actors who are not doing that, Alpen Labs is doing good work. They're creating an implementation of BitVM called Snarknado that is promising and has some cool features. Zerosync is a non-scammy company. They They're making something called BitVM2.
That's Robin's, right?
Robin Linus's company.
Yeah.
Yes. A third one is slightly scammy, but mostly not, is Rootstock. Rootstock is making an implementation of BitVM called BitVM-X.
They were at Bitcoin Plus, weren't they? The Rootstock guys?
Yes, they were at Bitcoin Plus. I most recently saw them in Prague at Dev Hack Day, where I did a panel with two of them.
You said, why do you say they're slightly scammy for?
Very slightly scammy because
they have a token or
way
something?
back when they launched Rootstock and they created a token called RIF, and they like sold it as like an ICO pre-mined thing.
Oh, so they're kind of like stacks then.
So this not quite, because one nice thing about the Rootstock one was you did not have to use it in order to use their network. You could totally just use Bitcoin on their network.
Without the token?
Without the token, yeah.
Oh, so they were just more using the token as a way to fund the project, it sounds like.
Yeah, which is still scammy in my opinion, but not.
Did Pomp invest in that one too, or was it just stacks?
I don't know who invested in Rootstock.
Oh, okay. Well, I can do the research.
Anyway, they never made it mandatory to use it, and now they're trying to move away from their whole model and towards rebuilding everything on BitVM.
So what did they do with the token?
I imagine it's still out there and probably near zero value, and they just kept the money, is my guess.
Oh, so they haven't burned the ETH address or whatever?
I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I don't
oh, so that's why you say it's slightly scammy.
Yes, it was a scammy thing to do a long time ago. It was like launch an ICO. But at least it wasn't required to use it. So there's you could kind of say everyone knew that they were just giving money to the company.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't buy that argument if someone made it, but
would you put them on your list?
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Oh, wow.
Precisely because
there
of
you
that.
Go.
Because they,
that ends all discussion.
obviously the determinant of what counts as a good Bitcoin company is
apparently
is my good
Super
Bitcoin
Testnet's
company list. Yeah. All right.
Wow.
There we go.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean that.
Anyway,
not for them, but
so some of the bad
what's
actors.
the good? So what are the good ones again? Just real quick.
Zerosync, Alpen Labs, kind of Rootstock. Mostly good.
Okay, mostly good, but checkered past.
Okay, yeah. So then we get into some of the scammy ones. The first one I want to bring up here is Citrea.
Citrea, how do you spell that?
Citrea.
Citrea. That sounds scammy.
Okay. They are mostly scammy. So they're one of the ones that has announced that they have a working implementation of BitVM with support for a rollup. That's the first Bitcoin-backed rollup. They do not. That's just all lies.
They don't have a GitHub that people can go to, or how do you know that? Or you met them?
Yes, I have met them. I've looked at the work they've produced, and it's just not. I will say, so they're 90% scammy because they're lying to people and saying they have something they do not. 10% not scammy. They're not selling a token. They're not one of these ones that has launched an Ethereum token and then said it's backed by BitVM when it isn't.
Give them a couple months.
We'll see. They did a workshop in Prague, which they sponsored the Bitcoin Pizza Day in Prague. And it was a workshop on how to make a BitVM layer 2, right? So I was like, this is going to be awesome. And the only
you went to it?
No, I did not go to it. Someone else went to it. Well, I didn't go to it partly because I think there's pretty much scammers. But one of the guys who went to it said it was really bad because all they did was they demonstrated how to launch an Ethereum token, and they did nothing with BitVM at all. So,
dude, this is what I'm saying, man. Like,
that's bad.
Gosh.
On the other hand, 10% not scammy because they're not selling an Ethereum token. They may have done a workshop on how to launch one, but they're not selling them.
Not yet. Give them 2 months.
And secondly, they have contributed to Robin's BitVM code base. Some good code.
Oh, good. Really?
Yes. They hired a guy.
Wow.
They hired one of the original guys who was in that Telegram group when we first announced BitVM. They hired one who actually wrote something and got it running in it. I think he was the guy who wrote a chess implementation, or not just Knights chess, where you only have Knights pieces on a chessboard.
Yeah.
So he implemented that and made it run on BitVM, and then they hired him. He knows what he's doing, and he actually has contributed some good stuff to the BitVM code base. So that's good.
Wow. Well, maybe consider putting them on your list then.
As long as they keep lying to people, then I'm going to consider them.
Oh, so that list also, you should probably add this then on the list. Maybe it depends on your ethical and moral behavior, maybe, because it sounds like that's more of what you're knocking them off then.
My objection to them is that they raised $8 billion on the basis of the lie that they have a working implementation.
8 billion or million?
Million, not billion.
Okay.
Million with an M.
Oh, so you're more of they raised $8 million because they have a lot of, they made one commit to Robin's code and
announced that they have a working implementation of BitVM.
Which they don't.
Which they do not.
Have you seen the code? No.
Yes. I've seen the code they've contributed to Robin's thing.
But you haven't seen the code that they have, that they say they have.
I've seen part of it. They have a blog post that shows some of the code base for it.
It's interesting because, I don't think these specifically these fiat VCs have probably even understand the code.
I know. Yeah.
Because there's only like 2 or 3 people in the world that understand BitVM.
I don't. Yeah. It's also, there's more now, actually. Now that there are some legit companies making stuff on it.
So there's more.
There's probably like 50 people now.
So who's verifying all this stuff on the VC side?
I don't think they are yet. I don't think the VCs are hiring people to verify BitVM stuff. I think they're going.
Oh my God, dude.
Blog posts and hype and stuff.
Just they send out tweets and stuff.
Another one I want to bring up.
Gosh, man.
BitLayer has a BitVM token, an Ethereum token rather, that they claim is backed by BitVM.
Wait. So this is another one. This is not the Citrus one.
Citrea is
Citrea, whatever.
Yeah. BitLayer is another one who's doing this. They claim to have a token backed by BitVM. They do not. They just have an Ethereum token, and they are selling it.
Wow.
Well, but their promise is it will eventually. So they don't say it is currently backed by BitVM. They say it will. They're eventually
once we dump on the plebs, then we can go out and hire some people to build BitVM.
They don't say that.
I mean, but that's what they're going to do.
They are related to the company that I endorsed earlier, BTC Eden. I think they have the same parent company as them.
Oh, wow. So the parent company is spinning out this little smaller company to launch the token? That's smart.
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know about that.
That's straight out of the Joseph Lubin playbook.
Satoshi VM is another scam. Has an Ethereum token, sells it on the basis that it is backed by BitVM, is not backed by BitVM. It's just a lie. BVM is another one. BEVM.
I love seeing the new type of scamming out there. It's good.
They're all layer 2 scams now.
It's good. A lot of people are going to get hurt this cycle. Mm-hmm. A lot of people.
Not a fan.
So it sounds like the only ones worth are the Zerosync Robin one, Alpen Labs.
Alpen with a P.
Alpen Labs with a P. And that's it.
Rootstock is maybe.
Rootstock, maybe.
I think they're going to come out with something good. But
I mean, we saw them at Bitcoin Plus Plus. They seem like friendly folks.
They are. They're friendly folks. I think the Rootstock thing, I think, is a good idea. I like Rootstock. I don't like the RAF token. I think that was a mistake.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's the state of BitVM.
And then, so this particular one, the coin flip one, is just going to be a proof of concept on, as far as just BitVM proving that it actually works with 1 and 0 blinded, what did you say it was? Commitments. Super Testnet, you're a mind that knows everything.
No, that's not true.
I mean, you know all the dirt, all the stuff that's going on.
I know what's going on in the BitVM space.
Yeah, you know a lot. Where do you store this data?
What?
Where do you just all in your head? Like you just remember from all?
Stored on Brill Satan's GitHub. You know that.
I never asked you this, so this is kind of a random question. Would you ever get like a bionic arm? Or like, would you ever, like, if I
lost my arm, I would get a bionic arm.
You would, really?
I wouldn't replace my existing good arm with a robot arm.
But would you get, like, if let's say you lost it in a fire or something.
Yeah.
You would, but it would allow you to do other really cool things, like, have a phone on there and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, I would want to be like Samus Aran with a bazooka arm. Just be like, yeah. I don't understand, like, these companies who make these robotic arms. They show, like, look, it can grip a cup and stuff. I'm like, show me it shooting a missile. Like,
exactly, dude. It's because they're not making them for Americans. They're making them for the communists,
Yeah, like not a real missile, but like rubber band missiles. If you had an arm cannon that could shoot rubber bands at people, then some people would cut off their arms for that.
Literally. Yeah. That's awesome. Okay, what's the other thing you want to jump into? So we got Hedgehog. We talked BitVM. We talked to your workshops. We talked breaking JPEGs.
I have a new repository called NCW.js or NWC rather, Nostr Wallet Connect JS.
Where is that? Oh, this one right here. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So this is unusually for me. This is a library. This is intended for other people to use.
This is a vanilla JavaScript library.
Naturally, it is documentation.
But no one uses vanilla JavaScript, I thought.
No, there are people who use it.
Who? I thought you were the only guy in the world that uses vanilla JavaScript.
I'm not the only guy in the world. I don't know anyone else's name. But the nice thing about JavaScript libraries, including vanilla ones, you can just drop them into a Node.js project and then use it there.
Oh, and then it'll convert
or a
it?
TypeScript project.
Will it convert it or something? Is that what you're saying?
Actually, this one it wouldn't. I shouldn't say that for this one. It probably wouldn't work because it uses WebSockets and you'd need to import a WebSocket library and then modify the API.
Well, you could put instructions maybe.
I need to like do it and then give people both because everyone uses Node.js these days.
Okay.
Or TypeScript.
Do you think you ever move on to that, or you like being inside vanilla JavaScript?
I definitely like being inside vanilla JavaScript. But I do use Node.js. Some of my projects are in Node.js.
Okay.
But anyway, this library is designed for other people to use, and you can use it to interact with Nostr Wallet Connect wallets, to send and receive payments from them, and check the status of incoming and outgoing payments. And you can also use it for zaps. So if you have an app and you want to do zaps on it, it has integrated support for that as well. So you can get a zap from somebody's Lightning address or get a invoice from someone's Lightning address and then check its status, check whether it's been paid or not. And that's really useful because on Lightning, it's hard to find out the status of a payment if you're not the sender. If you're not the person who sent the money, it's hard to know whether it's been paid or not because there's no blockchain to check. But Nostr Wallet Connect gives us a way. The Zap protocol gives us a way. So I implement it, and then you can find out if someone paid your invoice, or if someone paid their own invoice, or just what happened with the invoice.
I'm really excited for I know this is not, or maybe it's related. I don't know. I'm really excited for the Albi wallet that's coming. I'm super excited for that.
Yeah.
I've been
using like a self-custodial wallet, right?
Yeah, I've been using it on Graphene, just the web version of it, and it's.
It's out.
No, but you can turn if you have Graphene, you can turn or I guess if you have an Android, you can turn your Albi wallet into, here, I'll show you a web wallet. It's really cool.
Albi's got some cool stuff.
Dude, yeah. I mean, they're just a killer team, dude. Mm-hmm. They're just, it's just crazy how fast they go.
They pump it out.
I would love to look behind the scenes of how that shit moves, man. It's incredible. It's inspiring too at the same time. I've told Moritz this. It's super inspiring to see. But yeah, see? So you have the Albi, you click that, and then it automatically launches as a wallet. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it is cool.
And then you can go to apps
looks
here.
Beautiful. For those
But this is just all a web. Look, it has all the apps inside of Albi. It's it reminds me, I hate to say this is not to confuse people, but it kind of reminds me of Wallet of Satoshi in a lot of ways.
Yeah, it is similar level of gorgeousness.
Look how clean that is.
It was very clean.
I mean,
Good job, Albi guys. You're rocking it.
So would this work with all that kind of stuff? I guess it would, right? Because it uses Nostr Wallet.
It uses Nostr Wallet Connect. So you could, if you wanted to, you could use that as the source of funding for a Nostr Wallet Connect string. Yeah. And then you could use that to connect to my Hedgehog thing and be an LSP for people.
Yeah,
make
dude.
money.
So look, Open Agents also runs inside the web app. I got Stacker News running. That runs too really well. And then
web apps are the best.
Even Hugging Face.
I think I showed you how to run web apps on your old iPhone.
No, you did, yeah. But I don't use iPhone anymore. But look, even Hugging Face has one. It's an AI thing.
I don't know what a Hugging Face is, but
I'm waiting for Cascader to drop their web app.
Cascader, come on.
But yeah, it's pretty clean. Anyways, Super Testnet. I want to talk about one last thing. Let's talk about God.
Let's do it.
What has been what's your routine with that? I'm just curious because I want to know. Just maybe I can get better. Like, what's your routine every day as far as like praying and going to church and confession and all that stuff? Like, what's your spiritual routine?
Yeah. So prayer throughout the day is my go-to. I really love the Book of Psalms. I love the wisdom inside of it and the prayers that it contains. I find myself, as far as daily routine, I find myself the most amount of prayer I do is just when when a thought comes to me that I don't want to have, I will say a prayer to get rid of it. It's like, I say Hail Marys throughout the day, trying to get rid of bad thoughts,
right,
and replace them with good ones, good holy things. Sundays and holy days, I go to mass. When I was in Prague, I was also doing no meat on Friday because I couldn't find a letter from their bishops' conference with instructions on whether that rule applies in their country or not.
Oh, do you respect the rules dependent on?
Yeah, because the local bishops craft the rules for the local country.
Oh, I didn't know that.
On the stuff about like canonical requirements.
Oh, interesting.
So the worldwide rule regarding meat on Fridays is like the one from the Vatican says you're not supposed to eat meat on Fridays. You're supposed to fast from it. But they say local bishops can make exceptions for their own countries. And like here in the United States, they've made an exception. They said you don't have to do it here in the United States. So when I went to Prague, I was like, well, I'm not in the United States anymore. I got to find out what the local rules are. Couldn't find anything. So I was doing the no meat on Fridays thing, which is hard to do when you're not used to it. It's not a habit.
Yeah, totally.
I wish our bishops would do that. I wish they would just say, yeah, we're going back to the regular rule. And then I would get in the habit of not eating meat on Fridays.
And then what's your confession cadence, I guess?
I try to do it after every time I've committed a mortal sin. So I have to do it soon. I did not do it at all in Prague because I did not think that the priests would speak English. Mm-hmm. So the last time I did confession was when I was in France. They had a priest there who did speak English. So I did a confession.
Do you want to go tomorrow? They have confessions now at St. Mary's, like right before.
That'd be sweet.
What was I going to say? Yeah, I was curious. I don't know if I told you, I went on the Acts retreat, and dude, that opened my eyes to a lot more of what I could be doing. And now I made friends with a deacon now, so like now I can ask him questions.
It's good to have like a spiritual mentor.
Yeah, for sure.
One thing I really like doing in Prague, in all these countries, I usually don't speak their language, and going to mass is different because I can't understand what they're saying. But one thing that's nice is that the readings are usually like, they'll tell you what the readings are. Mm-hmm. So I always like go to mass ahead of time, spend time reading the scriptures, reflecting on those. And then I look for like when they're during the mass, I will look for words that I read in the Bible. I will listen for them, So I learned a couple of Pragish Czech words while I was there. Like duka is the word for spirit. And I just learned that because the readings were all about the Holy Spirit and then the sermon was all about the Holy Spirit.
So you just put two and two together?
That's the word.
That's smart.
Yeah. So it's kind of fun to do that as an exercise. Because people there, they were like, I understand you're Christian, you're going to church, but you don't even speak the language. What are you doing? Like, how do you
they told you
anything?
that?
Yeah. And I told them what I told you. I was like, well, actually, I read the readings. I listen for various words and try and, then I can identify stuff.
I think that's the thing that always surprises me. I don't think people realize it's more of a lifestyle than it is than it is a requirement or something. I think that always shocks me when people say, well, why are you doing this? Or it's like, this is how I live my life. You know what I mean?
Somewhat, yeah. One of the things I really do admire the virtue of obedience. The obedience to an authority is if you do something because you want to do it, you get good graces for that. But if you do something even though you don't want to do it, you get even more graces for it.
Totally, dude.
So
100%.
I like that and want more of that in my life.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. No, I was just curious. What was one of the most beautiful cathedrals you saw in all your travels here recently?
Actually, I think it was I went to like a Dominican parish in Mexico when I was there. That was quite a while ago now, but that was something I want to do more. Well, I want to do that again. So,
dude, at our retreat they had like a cathedral, not a cathedral.
By Dominican, by the way, I don't mean Dominican Republic. I mean the religious order, the Dominicans, founded by Saint Dominic in the 1200s. So like a really old group of Catholic monks, and they had like a church there that was really pretty. So
the one that we had a retreat at, they had like I don't know what I guess it was kind of like I guess it was not a cathedral, but it was all made of wood, and then it was outside like on a the hills in West Texas. They're large, so we'd have to walk and climb, and not climb, but like walk that long path, and then we had mass there. It was beautiful, dude. I don't think I've ever seen more beautiful setting for mass.
Do you remember when we went to the shrine of Our Lady of Guadalupe?
Oh yeah, dude, that was inspiring.
Yeah,
that was inspiring.
Really cool stuff like that.
I just fell into a rabbit hole this week. I just found out about the Our Lady of Fatima.
Yeah. I love
Dude, that movie's really good. I don't know if you've seen the Fatima movie.
I have seen it.
You have seen
it? It was like with Die Hard. I saw it when I was like 12.
No. They just came out with a new one.
Oh no, I've not seen the new one.
Yeah, they came out with a new one. I think it's on Amazon, but it's really good.
Okay.
It's like really good. Yeah, it's a wild story. I don't know too many people know about it, but they even have video footage of the event. Who were there that day?
It was like the miracle of the sun dancing in the sky.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, there's like there were newspaper reports about it. There's photos of well, you can't really photo the sun dancing, but there's photo of the people looking at the sun.
And it crashing. All that stuff. It's wild. Anyways.